Hey, what's up? What's up, everybody? So I have kind of a funny story to tell. And yesterday I did a video about addiction and what you need to do to overcome addiction and get sober. And one of the 3 steps that I was talking about was making recovery and wellness the foundation of your life. And if you do that, then you won't want to drink. So, but anyway, I last night I thought of this funny thing that's a little bit related to, to the foundation and the seriousness by which, that's really kind of needed in terms of recovering from something, and whether it be addiction or mental health. So anyway, I had this experience over the summer where I just going through the summer, and then all of a sudden I started noticing that my toes, like all 10 of my toenails, all 10 of them, were slowly starting to turn orange. And at first I was like, that's kind of weird. I don't know what that is. And then it kind of got worse, and it was really clear. It was like, oh my God, my toenails are orange. And so I started going on Google to find out what could cause your toenails to become orange, and there was things in there I think liver disease, and I was freaked out about that, and there was something like skin cancer, and I was like, oh my God, I need to go and see my doctor as soon as possible. So I went and saw my doctor. Didn't actually see my primary care doctor. It was somebody that was covering for him. And he looked at my toes, and he's like, are you sure? He joked with me. He's like, are you sure that your kids are not painting your toenails in the middle of the night? And I'm like, no. He was joking with me. And then he started laughing, and he's like, you know what? You know what this is? He's like, you don't have any liver issues. You don't have skin cancer, because you'd be having other issues if that was the case. He's like, this is the very beginning of toenail fungus. And I was like, oh man, I've never had that before. And it wasn't I know people get it really bad and their toenails become really, really nasty. My toenails looked completely normal, except they were orange, literally orange. And so anyway, I was like, okay, that's fine. What do I need to do to overcome that? And he's like, all right. He's like, so there's kind of good news and bad news. He's like, the good news is I can give you a medication that'll fix this. The bad news is that, one, the medication is really expensive. It's $600. And 2, you have to take this medication for 48 weeks while the toenail completely grows out and you have a completely new toenail. And I'm like, oh my God. And he's like, but anyway, he gave me a coupon, and I was able to get the medication. You put it on your toenail for much cheaper than $600. And then it ran out, and then I realized that I went back to the doctor, and I was like, I can't spend $600 on a medication that runs out in less than a month, basically. And so I figured out that there was an over-the-counter medication. I'm like, why didn't you tell me that before? Anyway, so and it's working totally fine. But so anyway, but the thing about it that I realized, it was once I realized that I was getting toenail fungus, and I realized not only that, but the treatment for it is going to take 48 weeks, and it's expensive. You know what I mean? And it just made me do this thing where it was I got the medication, I started, because I didn't want my toes to turn green like I see other that kind of thing. The pictures that I saw on Google when it gets really bad. And so I immediately acted on treating that condition. You know what I mean? And I got the medication, and I put it on every day. And then I also, once I got the newer, cheaper medication, I do it every day faithfully, because I'm I don't want my toes to become really nasty. You know what I mean? And I don't want to need to spend another 48 weeks treating this. You know what I mean? And so that's what made me think about it. It's you have a problem and then you seek out a solution for that issue. And there's something about substance abuse and addiction where like if I have diabetes and my doctor says you need insulin, I take that treatment and I do it seriously. And granted, a lot of people with diabetes don't manage it very well. You know what I mean? So that's kind of another conversation. But the thing about it is recovery becoming the foundation of somebody's life. When they really do that and make a decision that they're going to make the focus of wellness and personal, I keep saying personal development. To me, recovery from addiction is and from mental health. I used to work with individuals with severe and persistent mental illness, and even those folks would get better if they really could be honest with themselves and they had a process of a somewhat intensive recovery process that they made the foundation of their life. And that was the most important thing. And part of one of the number one ingredients of that is this like undying ability to be honest with oneself about what they're going through, what they need to discuss, and what they need to do to kind of stay accountable and honest with themselves about what's going on with them. So, and that's kind of like what I was saying yesterday, which was when I make that the foundation of my life, I don't think about drinking, I don't think about drugging, and I feel, I used to struggle with anxiety and depression. I don't feel that anxiety and depression to the extent that I used to, and recovery and wellness and personal development and being honest with myself and all the things that I do, it doesn't seem like a struggle. I just do it every day, and life is much easier that way. So anyway, I just wanted to relate that story. It made me think about recovery and making, doing the thing you need to do. Here's the diagnosis and then here's the treatment. You know what I mean? And all of that stuff, that foundational stuff that I do every day, doesn't take me much more than like 30 minutes a day. Like I wake up in the morning, I do prayer and meditation, I write what's called 10-step inventory. When I get angry, I have a written process that I use. When I get fearful, I have a written process that I use. I have people that I can discuss and be completely honest with. When I see truth about myself, if I've harmed somebody in my pursuit of sort of like trying to get my way, then I can go and make that right. And I can do that with my wife. I can do that with my children. So my relationships are much better. So there's a lot of benefits to this. So anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. And as always, if you got some value out of this, please share, like, comment. If you're seeing this on YouTube, subscribe. And then also comment, because in YouTube, if you comment and like a YouTube video, more people will see it. So if you got some benefit out of this, if you say, hey, Russ, nice job, I liked your thing. Even if you say, hey, Russ, that sucked, more people will see this video. So I appreciate that, and have a good day.